Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We are officially home from vacation. So, it is Sunday, July 21st, I think. And yeah, I am officially home and ready to get back into the swing of things. I have got about 6 loads of laundry. 2 of them are going, the third one started. And a ton of stuff to put away today, but first I wanted to check in with you guys, say hello, and yeah, just go over things super, super fast. So, hello, if you are new here, I am Cheryl, and this is my channel. We have been on a roller coaster of an adventure with Zepbound for the past 4 to 5 months. I'm losing track of days. Summer's just killing me, guys. My routine is completely in shambles in the summertime, and we'll talk about that. So yeah, so I have been taking the tirzepatide shot. So I take Zepbound, and I have been doing that since February 27th-ish, maybe. You can go back in the playlist and look from the very beginning and look at the whole journey. So I stopped my shot for 2 weeks, as many of you know, and as many of you had a lot to say about. So I took my shot again last night when I returned. So I went back to the 5 milligrams. So I took that last night, being Saturday. So yeah, so I have been on vacation for 8 days, 7 nights, Saturday to Saturday. So I had stopped the shot in order to do so. And did I gain? I did. Did I expect I would? Absolutely. Did I expect to gain as much as I did? No. So I am sure you are only here to know how badly I failed, so that many of you can go into the comments and say, I told you so. Feel free. Could care less. I expected to gain. I gained 5 pounds. I do not think for a minute that that is all weight. The heat really did a number on me this week. It was hot. And even some people that we were talking to up there was like, I didn't expect it to be so hot here. So when I say here, if you have any interest at all, you can go down below. I posted day 1 or 1.5 of vacation, and I will post a couple of more, but this was my priority first. So we were at a ranch in upstate New York, completely in the mountains of the Adirondacks. And it was hot. Like, my face is still tight. Obviously, I got some sun, right? It was hot, really, really hot. And when you're there, you're outside all the time. When I'm home, like right now, my AC's cranking, I'm in the air. But when you're there, you're outside. You know, you're not there to be sitting in your cabin or sitting in the lodge. You're there to be outside doing things. And my body's not really used to that much. Like, this is something we do every year. We go on vacation. We go there every single year. And I vacation at Disney too. So it's not like I'm not used to the heat and I'm not expecting it. I am. But it's not typical for me, especially to be outside for 12, 15 hours a day. It was hot. And by Tuesday, you all know I was not feeling so great Tuesday night. So Wednesday, I was pretty sick all day, and I was in bed a lot. The swelling that I encountered, I don't know, there's a word I'm looking for, guys, help me. But the swelling is like, I've never had this before, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it was the heat. I don't know if it was last year I hadn't had the ACL surgery yet. So this year I'm 11 months out with ACL, but I'm still having some difficulties. by midweek, my knee was really, really bothering me. And then yesterday we drove home. There was some traffic. So it took us close to 4.5 hours to get home yesterday. My husband was driving. And we didn't stop. I don't think we even stopped to go to the bathroom on this. Trying to remember. Like yesterday was so far away. I don't think we stopped. But the swelling, like by the time we got home yesterday, I was wearing flip-flops and we had to unload really quick and then change to go to the racetrack because my son was racing last night. The swelling in my feet, my ankles, my legs is crazy. Crazy. So I know that there is actually a lot of fluid buildup. So last night I started taking, I got some Diurex. How do you say that? Diurex? Yeah, so there's some water pills. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take one right now because my feet actually like hurt. Like they feel like balloons, which is kind of crazy. See my new cup? Isn't that cute? Love it. So yeah, I have a ton of swelling, so much so that it's actually, I don't really want to stop the camera and see if you guys can see it. I'll see if I can move it in a minute. But yeah, it's pretty wild to me. So I don't know. Let me see if I can show you guys without like majorly moving. You see like you can see my ankles are huge. My feet, like you can see it really like in my toes. And this, I just was like leaning up against something. You can see like the marks it's leaving. But yeah, so I'm pretty swollen, which I wasn't really anticipating. So I don't know if it was the drive yesterday. Oftentimes I drive, like, or we split. So I don't know if it was the driving, if it was the lack of water. So I did have water with me yesterday in the car, and I did have electrolytes in the water, but I was really bad with my water consumption this week. So I don't know if the lack of water would contribute to how swollen I was, but I don't know. So my like goal for today is to really not be sitting down for very long. Unfortunately, I have a lot of work to do. So I don't know. We're going to see. Tomorrow's Monday. I'm actually going to Connecticut tomorrow. I am babysitting the grandbaby tomorrow, and I have to leave the house at like 6:30 in the morning. So today's goal is all of the laundry done, probably not folded. Let's be real. The laundry at least done because I don't want it to stink, and it's in the mud room. My mud room in my washer and dryer area in the same area. So I have to get all the laundry done. I have to unpack everything because we took a lot of stuff. I do have a lot of paperwork that I haven't done. Like we got to get the bills, anything that hasn't been done. We've been doing this whole insurance thing with the car, my son's truck situation. And I've got some videos to get out, and I have 3 clients now who need help. So I have 2 trips to research and excursions for a cruise I need to research for my other part-time job, which is travel agent. So I have a lot to do today. So I'm hoping to not be sitting down too much today. But I do have a lot of computer work to do, but maybe I'll bring that with me to my son's tomorrow. And if the baby sleeps, then I'll do some of that. We'll see. So my week, definitely messed up during the course of the week. And I knew I would, but hey, you know what? It's great content for you guys, right? Everybody loves somebody else's failures. What am I going to do? I expected there to be weight gain. I was off for 2 weeks. I knew that there would be weight gain. I wasn't expecting 5 pounds, but like I said, I really and truly don't believe that to be food that I was eating as much as the lack of water and the fluid retention. So we'll see over the next couple of days if 2 or 3 pounds is lost quickly, then well, I mean, I know that there's fluid. I can see it. It's pretty bad. And that feeling when something is so swollen that it hurts. It kind of feels like a boa constrictor. It's very strange. And I do have my physical on Tuesday, so I'll see what my doctor has to say about that. I'm just hoping that it's not anything else going on, which I doubt it. I was in the car for a long time. You guys know that when you're sitting. But I definitely made some mistakes. Forget about the food for a minute. We'll talk about that in a second. But the no water, so no electrolytes, no magnesium, and I did bring the Benefiber. I forgot to take it until yesterday. So one thing that I have to say about vacation that is so tricky when you're on a journey like this is routine. And even last night we came home, and this was at 9 o'clock we got home at 10:30, 10:45. And my husband I said, "What are you doing?" I could hear him make a noise. And he said, "I forgot to take my blood pressure pills for a couple of days." And I was forgetting to take my my allergy medication. I'm outside all day and I'm allergic to the environment around me. And I kept forgetting to take my allergy medicine. I think I took it twice. But yet, every morning my son wakes up and I'm like, "Ryder, take your pills." He's got allergies and other stuff. And, when it comes to ourselves and our own needs, we just forget. So being in such a relaxed environment makes sticking to a routine so difficult, at least for me. And I was just all over the place. I would wake up in the morning. Normally I would wake up, I would make my coffee, I would put YouTube on, listen to YouTube in the background, take my medication, get, whatever supplements I'm taking, get my water ready for the day. But up there, that's not the case. I wake up in the morning, we're sharing a room with my son. So I'm, try to be super quiet. He's still sleeping. I would get up, I would go into the other room. My husband would bring me coffee because you guys know I don't like breakfast. So my husband would go eat breakfast early. He'd bring me back a coffee. I'd make my coffee and go sit on the deck. And then kind of stop watching the day unfold. And then at that point, usually we'd go on a horseback ride. We usually had a 10:30 ride. Go on a horseback ride, or if I wasn't riding, then get changed to go in the lake. And that was kind of the morning part. And then lunch would be about 12:30. And I just wasn't in a normal routine. Every day was different. Some days I rode, some days I didn't. Some days my husband and I were in the lake at 9:30 or earlier. So it's just things were so different. And that's on me. But I mean, I knew that. I was there to relax, and relax we did because you just kind of forget reality. I stopped checking emails, which is what you want when you're on vacation, right? And I just wasn't doing my normal routine. But that's what we wanted. And I had to kind of yell at my husband a couple of times because he was answering work emails or text messages. And I'm like, "No, they're not. The place isn't going to explode without you. You're here to relax." And it's hard to do. As adults, it's very, very difficult to relax. And in an environment like this ranch that we go to, it helps to make it a little easier, let me tell you. So that was probably my downfall is, I've said before, my summers are already really, really hard to stay on track and stay in a routine because my routine is not even close to being the same. During the school year, when I'm at work, I'm up at 6 o'clock, I'm showered, I make my coffee, I make my lunch for the day, I get my water ready, and I take my water to work with me. I take a lunch to work with me. I'm on a very strict schedule. My summer is not like that. And every day this summer's been a little different. And now even starting this next week, my days will be different because 2 or 3 days a week, I will be watching Rowan, and that will be completely different. I'll be up early. I'll be going to, to my daughter-in-law's. So I'm gonna, hopefully I can get to some grocery shopping today. If not, at least a grocery order, because obviously we don't have anything in the house. But my goal is at least staying hydrated right now, because I was not doing that. So, hey, it is what it is. Overall, I don't feel like I did horrendously as far as the eating portion of it goes. So you all know, I did let you know that I was not in a good way on Wednesday. So Tuesday, and it happened early enough in the week, I realized Tuesday that something made me pretty sick. And the more I look back on the day, two things. So I did tell you, well, kind of three things. And it was probably the trifecta all on the same day. I told you guys I had made you, I know I keep saying I told you guys, like, sorry if you're new here. there's a dozen to 20-ish people who comment super, super regularly. And I feel like I'm talking to those wonderful humans every time. So if you're new here, I'm so glad that you're here and you are now one of us. So I had made some Jell-O shots that I make into cubes, and I had brought up the apple pie moonshine that I make. We had a couple of shots here or there that one day, but generally there would be like a beachside bingo, which is right outside our cabin at like a big patio that's covered, and they didn't do beachside bingo. And that's, so if you do things inside, obviously we're not bringing outside alcohol because they have a bar. We're not bringing that inside. And that's also New York state law. New York, sorry, I had a little accent going on there, didn't I? So their bingo was like inside this year. It wasn't outside, probably due to the excessive heat, honestly. And so we would do like games or like a beer pong, like some sort of alcohol games, because we did have some 20-somethings with us as well. And we just never did that this year. So one day, just before it was going to rain, we were at our cabin and we had some Jell-O shots, and we did a couple of shots here or there. So I think I had like 3 shots that day. So that was Tuesday. And then dinner that night, I don't remember what was for dinner, but I probably told you guys. But I did get some chowder. And that was, I think, the first time I've had chowder since this medication. Because I know chowder fills me up instantly. Like way before the medication, chowder is one of my favorite things. White, creamy clam chowder, New England chowder. And I had ordered the chowder, and because my son was saying it was good. And I only ate half of it. And then I had my dinner, which I ate a small portion, and I think whatever it was. Oh, was it the country fried steak? And I haven't had much fried food either. And I don't really think this is fried. I'm pretty sure it's just baked. But so I ate maybe like a third of that night. And then at 9:30, my husband brought me down a piece of pizza. And I said I didn't want it. And then it was just sitting there. So I ate it, and it was like a small square piece of pizza. But I probably would have been okay and not as sick as I had gotten. But you guys know, I've said multiple times, 7:30 is like my cutoff. I really shouldn't be eating food after 7:30. And that was at 9:30. So the only silver lining is that I made all of my poor choices in the course of one day and not continuous. So I learned my lesson, and the rest of the week was not like that. I had a max of 2 drinks, including like if I had a Jell-O shot or something. I call it a shot, but it's just like a little Jell-O square. So it has minimal alcohol in it. So I do like a 9x13 pan, and there's a cup of vodka in the whole thing. So it's barely a shot. And the rest of the week, if I had one of those, which I think I only had 1 or 2 the whole rest of the week, then I tried to have one or two drinks throughout the course of the whole evening. And the evening starts at 5 and would end about 11, 12 o'clock. But my other problem is that at home, if I was going to have any alcohol, I probably would be mixing it with seltzer. If I'm drinking in their bar, they don't have that option. So the drinks that I do drink would probably be too sweet, too much juice. And that's, again, juice isn't something that I've had for the 4 months. So that was on me. I knew that I would be drinking alcohol and that it wouldn't be the best choice. But that one day, I think it was just the trifecta of all things together. So I did make better choices. I started to try to remember to drink water. And I think it wasn't until Thursday or Friday. You guys know if I say water, I want to drink my water. I didn't even realize it, I don't think. I didn't figure it out Wednesday. I think it was Thursday or maybe Friday when I was like, dang, I haven't had any water at all. And I had brought my Stanley with me. I had my electrolytes. I wasn't drinking it. And when I would go out onto the lake, sometimes I was out there on a float for 2 or 3 hours. And it just wasn't I wasn't thinking about it. So, yeah, it does make it super, super tricky when you're on vacation to stay on a routine. And it is what it is. I am not sad. I'm not upset about it. I am excited to get back on track and continue to make good choices. I do have to say that other than that really one day, the rest of the time being on vacation, I still was making better choices. I still didn't eat breakfast. I had my protein coffee in the morning, and then lunch would be 12:30. So some days I had like a small sandwich. I'm trying to think if did I have any sandwiches? Friday was a grilled chicken sandwich. So I had that one day. I had a couple of salads with chicken on top. I can't remember the rest of the lunches. I know salad I had a few times. A grilled ham and cheese maybe. And that's all I can really remember. Dinners are heavier, but I just opted out of mashed potatoes, which I'm not a huge fan of anyway, and mostly ate the protein. And like I said, I would probably do like about half of that, the protein. I had dessert 2 or 3 times. I had a pudding one night. I had an apple pie a la mode one night, just didn't finish it. And an apple Betty, which is basically an apple pie cut up. So I think I had dessert like those 3 times, and that was it. I wasn't I wasn't overindulging. I was there for I don't even know how many meals, 16 meals or something like that I went down for. I did eat breakfast the one day that I showed you guys, and I was so full. I don't know if I ate lunch that day or not, or might have had a salad. I was so full that day that was like, I was like, I'm not even going down there again, because I think I did go to breakfast and just like sit and I brought my coffee cup with me. But that was like maybe one other time. For the most part, I just stayed and watched. I enjoyed watching the morning like activities. So the morning was always like the people that work there coming out on their gators, and we had that clear shot of the beach, and watching them have to clean up the beach was just mind-boggling to me, that all of these people are here paying all of this money and leaving their trash around. And then we bring our own beach towels for the beach, but there's the indoor pool, so you can get towels there. Every morning, it just boggled my mind how many pool towels were left on the beach. that like nobody could return them. So, I mean, if you bring them to your room and you put them with your own towels, the same towels, housekeeping will take them, or you bring them back to the pool and you put them in the dirty pile and they're going to wash them. And every morning, 30, 40 towels were just all over the chairs on the beach, which was crazy to me that people couldn't just return their stuff or throw their stuff in any of the several trash cans that were there. And just watching that every morning kind of blew my mind. But so that was kind of my morning entertainment, and that's what I was used to. I do have to say that this week beat the crap out of me. And that I'm sadder about than the weight gain. I am telling you, I am not upset at all about the weight gain, because I know that I'm back and I'm going to be on track with my little friend here, but I'll be able to stay on track because I'm going to be in charge of the food that's in front of me. When I'm on that particular vacation, I'm not really in charge. There is 2 or 3 menu options a day, and that's what the choices are. So, it is what it is. We do bring snacks at night for when we're playing games in the bar, and they were in front of me every night. And I did eat snacks several times, but when I say snacks, I'm talking about like a handful of goldfish, 4 or 5 pretzels. I think that's all I had. Because there was crackers and cheese one night. So I had like 2 crackers with a piece of cheese that I cut in half. So I had 2, and I opted out of the pepperoni or the salami. But I was able to control that. So my food really is, I'm saying, like what is being provided for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't have control over that. I have control over how much I put in my mouth at that point. And I feel like I did really, really good with portions. Like I said, I never finished anything. I ordered French fries, or I didn't not order French fries once, and I think I ate 3. So if French fries came with a sandwich or with something that I ate, I just didn't eat them, or I specifically asked not to have them, or had a salad in its place. So there was times where I only ordered the protein and then had it with a salad. So as far as that goes, I feel like I was making really good decisions. Did I make great decisions all week? No. Could I have got up with my husband and went walking in the morning? Yeah, I could have. But I was also kayaking, ATVing, horseback riding, swimming, doing all of these other things. But I have to say, it kicked my butt. I was in my head like all excited. I've lost 30 pounds. I'm doing more physical activity. I'm ready for this. This is going to be the best vacation ever because I'm in better physical shape. Holy crap. It kicked my butt. I don't know if I got too cocky and I was like, I've got this. I lost 34 pounds. I'm good now. But that same day, the kind of like overindulgent day, was the same day. So my sister-in-law was here, and I'm not blaming you. I love you so much. That Tuesday was my sister-in-law's last day there. She was here for 3 days. She was leaving 6 a.m. Wednesday morning. And she just kept saying, I want to get all the things in. I want to get all the things in. And Tuesday, we got all the things in. And that I don't think helped my whole Tuesday terrible day situation, waking up not feeling great on Wednesday, because on top of my stomach not agreeing with me, my body said, hold it. And I'm starting to think that a lot of the stomach pain that I was having was muscular because we went kayaking and things that I don't normally do. And that was the first day that we had gone on a run on the horses, and Shorty, who I was riding, wanted to run. It's a no passing zone. You're on a trail. You're staying behind each other. Shorty, who was the horse I was on, was like, that ain't happening. Shorty was going. And I was really like, when you're if I have any equestrian friends here, you know, we were supposed to be in a canter, but we were kind of into, they were like, do you guys want to go into a full lope? And I was like, I don't think so. My son was on this ride with me and he was in front of me and I could see him. And that was kind of panicking me a little bit. But these horses hadn't been run yet for the day and we were running. And that's a lot on your body when you don't do that on a regular basis. And even some of my equestrian friends who do it on a regular basis. My son's girlfriend was there with us and she was hurting a little too. And she owns 2 horses. She rides, she barrel races. So it was just, yeah, you know, it is what it is. I'm not sad. We still had an amazing time and we will be back next year. And we were there with wonderful family and some of the most fabulous friends that I have, who I have met from being there. So yeah, I love you so much and I can't wait to spend another week with you and your family. So yeah, it was overall, it was an amazing week. And that's how it went, guys. I gained, I made some mistakes. We all knew that I would. I knew that I would, but I am not upset about it at all. This medication has still given me a lot of tools that I need, and I was definitely utilizing them. Routine is something that I will have to work on more. So we are going back upstate, the beginning of New York, going upstate New York, the beginning of August and the end of August. So my girlfriend lives 1 lake over from where we were, and we were actually riding ATVs back and forth to her house. So we are going up to her house in the Adirondacks, and we'll probably be visiting Lake George the first week of August and the last week of August for Labor Day weekend to help her get her home all kind of situated for the end of summer. So we have 2 more trips planned, and I will be making it that particular trip we'll probably eat out once or twice, but then I'll also be making food right at her house. So I'm thinking grilled chicken and veggies is gonna be a better option for that trip. So yeah, I think that's just about going to do it. You guys know how much I love you. To all of my amazing, wonderful friends who I have now from this loving and supportive community who have sent me messages and kindness and support over this week. Thank you so much. I love you. For you all who told me I told you so and had some maybe not so nice things to say, I love you too. If it wasn't for all of you, none of us would be here. So if you are new here, whether you agreed with anything I did this past week or not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up if you liked this video. If you liked my failure, go right ahead. And I will link the Book of Face group that we have created down in the description below if you have any desire to see that. If you are new here, go and check out the playlist for Zepbound from the very beginning, how we got to this point. And yeah, I think that's going to about do it. I'm going to leave you guys right here for today. I will see you guys real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.